Hello, everybody. So today I wanted to go ahead and do what I'll call my tier list for the multiples for this bull run. So FYI, I do not own all these coins. Actually, the majority I don't. But I have looked into all of them, so I have a decent understanding of each one of them to realize some I know more than others, and that this tier list of how many times 0 to 3, 3 to 5, 5 to 10x from the approximate current price of this recording, how far do I think it's going to go this bull run, which we'll call it by the end of this year. So it's not how far do I think it could go eventually. It's the next roughly, we'll call it 6 months or so. Okay, it could extend a little further, but just to get an idea. Okay, so these again are based on prices that I looked at just prior to making this video. I'll state them for reference just so you can understand. But do realize crypto gets volatile. So by the time you actually watch this, it could be a little all over the place. Things have been relatively stable, but I will make sure to go ahead and state the approximate price for these as I remember and as we go. So these are not meant to be used as price predictions for you guys, not at all. Right? These are just thoughts on if I was investing into them right now, what would I personally expect based off of what I know, what I believe, and really those are the two big things for it. Right. So this is just simply so you guys can get a rough idea of a variety of altcoins. I guess Bitcoin's in there too, and just of what I personally expect of them. So since we got about 30 of them, I think 31, I want to kind of jump right through. I'll give a brief little description of all these, again, just for your reference in case you end up wanting to dig deeper into them on your own. So let's hop right into this, shall we? So Bitcoin, everything follows Bitcoin, right? I'm not going to sit here and even pretend that this is going to 5x, 10x from here. Right, at 88K, I've been a full believer it's going to get to around 125K. But even if it gets up to like 250, a lot of people are calling. I don't really think anyone's expecting it to go much really further past the 0 to 3x at this point of time. So then we've got Ethereum. Ethereum roughly is around the 2000, just slightly above. And guys, I don't own any Ethereum, but I'm a pretty big believer still. It's going to hit around 7K or a little bit more. There could be some big news coming out with this one down the road. I see that Trumps keep buying it. Trumps are also keep investing. When I say Trump, I mean them personally and their World Liberty Fund. Keeps buying Ethereum and Ethereum-based coins. It really has me thinking that this might belong up here. I don't know. I'm going to say more comfortably based on what I know it's going to be around a 3 to 5x, probably close to that 3.5x right now. Again, starting around 2K. XRP. So then I'm also going to put this one in the 3 to 5. It's moved so much already. Right now it's around $2.38. I really think it's going to get around the 8 to 10. It could clear $10. It really could. It is looked at as like, we'll call it a banker coin. It's probably going to be used at least in part for CBDCs, but I have a hard time moving it anywhere higher than that 3 to 4x, simply just because the market cap, it's already what, the third largest coin out there. It's only going to go so far. It's going to need a lot more money and slower action for it to get there. And by the way, guys, feel free to comment down below if you agree or disagree, but do it politely. Like, don't go ahead and say, oh, that jackass doesn't know what he's talking about. But I mean, maybe I don't. We can disagree. Perfectly fine. Just go ahead and tell me what you think and what you think I'm spot on with it. So next, H bar. It's been floating around 20 cents. And this one I keep playing with. I'm a big H bar fan. And I've been in the realm that's going to get to about $1.25, maybe candlewick a little higher. At 20 cents, yeah, I'm putting H bar in that 5 to 10x. I think it's still very safely going to 5x. Past that, might be a little hit or miss. A lot of people would put this right up in the 10 to 15. And I have been told by many people I've got bearish prices. Do it. We'll find out by the end if I was bearish or unrealistic. But regardless, my goal is to make money. Right? And no qualms, everyone's going to do it. And I would have the expectation of H bar about here. Next up, Solana. We've all heard of Solana, right? For the most part, one of the biggest layer one blockchains. Where do I want to put this one? Putting it down here. Similar reason as Ethereum and XRP. It's already large market cap. It's going to go up. Like Solana right now is around the $140 marker. I think 600 is a very realistic price for it. If it goes parabolic, it could be up here. If someone want to say 5 to 10x, I've got nothing against that, no argument. I'm just putting it at the 3 to 5. Moonwell. All right, so Moonwell, this is Base Ecosystems lending protocol. I don't own Moonwell. I did for a short period of time. I made a small profit, moved it out into something else. And right now it's about 2.5 cents. Right? I think it's going to get up closer to 50. So this is my first one in this category. We're going to move this one pretty high up. I think Moonwell at 2.5 cents. Yeah, I think it's going to go up pretty well. It's going to go up more the more people use Base. Coinbase. And they did just open up, either they made it official or they're going to soon, doing liquidity pools on Base. And I'm expecting that to really help boost up Airdrome and Moonwell. Next, this one I just put in here because Trump, the Trump coin, official. I wasn't a big fan when this first happened. I'm now in the family of kind of hating it. It's at $11.50. We got up to almost 100 before. It is going to go up. I really think it is. And if Trump announces it, or God, if you find some way to make a little bit of a utility case for it, this thing could do something stupid pretty quick. But that's all speculative. If nothing else changes and it's just sitting there with Trump's face on it, I still think it's going to go from like the 11.50 up to closer to 25. I'll put this in the 3 to 5x. Render, big Render fan. So it's just under $4 last time I looked. Again, Render, it is partnered up with NVIDIA, Paramount Pictures, Apple, a lot of other smaller guys, and they're having RenderCon coming up. Price action has actually gone up by like $1 in the last week. Pretty big jump. It will hit up about 33% at one point. So it's at $4. I think it's going to clear 50. I'm not in the realm saying it's going to clear $100, $80 plus, like a lot of people. But I wouldn't be shocked. Like, I don't put that out of the question. But again, where I'm looking at, $50 price tag, I'm still going to confidently put this into the 10 to 15x. I think Render's a great buy right now. Granted, it's still cheaper than what my average buy-in rate is. I like Render at 10 to 15x at this moment. And guys, if I'm going too quick through these or too slow, comment below. I'll read it and do better next time. But if there's something like, hey, I want to know more about coin, blah, 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 let me know. I'll likely talk about it. All right, next, AVAX, Avalanche. Again, one of my favorite crypto I've never owned. Right now it's around $23. It's really a layer 0, layer 1 ecosystem, mostly in the world of gaming. Gaming hasn't done shit yet for this cycle, right? And I'm still fully expecting it to. For being a larger market cap, again, it can limit a little bit. I think it's going to hit about 150. Now, that was about the all-time high last cycle. I think it's going to have a higher market cap because there's been a lot of dilution since last time. So more funds have to come in to get it to break the all-time high. I forget how many coins it increased, but it was notable. It might have been close to 2x. Don't hold me to that. But when I was looking at the market cap prices, I think it's going to hit about 150. So again, I'm going to put this in the 5 to 10x right there next to H-bar, guys. That's what if it doesn't move too much by the time I sell some of my crypto for some profits. Avalanche for a safe play is very much on my radar. And another one that hasn't really done jack this time, probably because it's a layer 2 that runs on Ethereum, is Polygon. 3 to 5x, guys. It's going to have its day. It's going to move. It's going to do fine. I think it's still a safe play. 24 cents. I think it's going to hit a little over $1. I don't think it's going to hit all-time highs. Again, not all coins do. People told you, oh, it's all-time high this time. It's going to go higher. We don't know that. We're guessing. Most coins do not hit all-time highs cycle to cycle. Feel free to fact check. I do not mind. Now, Turbo. So obviously I threw a couple memes in here, guys. I don't like memes. I mean, you guys know who's been around me a little bit. I have had a few. I actually had Turbo several times. It was a great swing trade for me. When it was bouncing around, like, what was it, 0.0, 0.3 of a penny up to about 0.8 of a penny. I did very well with Turbo. I think it's what built most of my render bag. But means I got no grounds to stand on to say how high they're going to go. It's how strong is the culture and how much are they going to advertise and get hype for, hey, guys, buy this digital trading card. So right now it's around 1/4 of a penny, so 0.0025. I'm putting the right around the 10x, guys. I'll give it a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, call it 10 to 15x to hit 2 cents. I understand it was almost at a penny earlier, but meme hype dies. There's probably going to be another meme run, and this might just be my ignorance of not being big into memes. But at this point, seeing Turbo, people were calling back months ago for 50 cents, a dollar. I wasn't into the dollar club back then. But could it go 10 cents or more? Sure. But I'm not going to, I wouldn't bet anything on that for me personally. So I'm not going to say any more than Turbo for, we'll call it 10, 15x, but I think it's going to be close to that 10. Aerodrome. Again, big fan. It's right around 52 cents. Okay? I think this thing can hit $8. Again, as base ecosystems move. I mean, when we get more retail in, where are they going to use? Right? What a lot of us already do, right? Coinbase and Binance. And use Coinbase. Aerodrome is the main DEX for base ecosystem. It's going to do well. When people buy more crypto on Coinbase, Aerodrome goes up. I'm putting this in the 15 to 20x category, guys. I do think base ecosystem is going to do well. So you look at other base ecosystem coins, if you agree. There's a Pepe's on base. Oh, memes. Go ahead and take a look if you're interested. But I put that in 10, 15x also. Tau. I haven't talked too much about Tau, but it's a great AI coin. It's kind of like the Bitcoin of AI coins. Think of what Cloud and Google does, but this is all AI, all information is coming decentralized into one place. I like Tau. I just only have so many crypto I'm going to buy at a time and invest my money into it. When I looked, this thing was around 264. I think it's going to hit close to 1200. I really do. Was going to make this a 3 to 5x. I'm going to say closer to that 5 range, where if AI goes big, I'm actually going to put this in a 5 to 10, guys, because I think it's going to hit 1200. That's right there at a little over 5. So I got to move it up to 5 to 10. If AI gets as big as a lot of people are expecting, it could hit closer to 14 or 1500. But I'll say 5.5x. It slides up. Foxy. Okay, this is the one meme that I actually own and hold. It's at 0.0022 cents. Okay, guys, it's a meme. I got no effing clue. Right? I am putting it in the 20x plus, and here's why. Is it a little biasy? It could be. I'm susceptible to it like everybody else. But it's one of those memes that actually has a little bit of a use. It's a mascot coin. It is the mascot of MetaMask, which probably the majority of you are aware of or have heard of MetaMask. It is the mascot also of Linea, a layer 2 on Ethereum, and the owner of all three of those is one of the co-founders of Ethereum. So his network runs deep. So in terms of the meme coin, I do have more faith in this one than any else right now. And it's a lower market cap, which gives a lot more potential than like Pepe, Shiba, and the other ones that people have just heard of and known. These guys are advertising. They also have a MasterCard that they're running with Foxy reward points into it. So, Quant. All right, if you guys are one video from me, you know my opinion on Quant, right? I love Quant. Quant's king. Overledger is going to run CBDCs, or at least half of Europe, I think. Right? And Quant, I think, is amazing, but no way is it doing 20x's bull run, guys. I'm putting the 3 to 5x. It's currently around $76. I think it can hit all-time highs around $550. It could go a lot further, depending at the end of this year if the digital euro and or the Bank of International Settlements acknowledges this as the European overledger. In that case, this one will probably come up to here. And I think in the next 10 years, I'm putting it up in one of these two categories. However, again, it's not the rules of this game. End of this bull run, things going to do close to that upper end of that 5x. Giga Chad. I just threw Giga Chad in here, guys. I've talked to the guys who made this, didn't know at the time that they made this, or geez, I would have not asked about inside trading. But Giga Chad, it's about 2 cents. They advertise, they market a lot, and they time their marketing very well. I have a lot of faith in Giga Chad. It's also on Coinbase. I'm actually putting this, it could hit $1. It really could. The community is pretty big on this one. A lot of people recognize it. I'm not going to sit here and say it's going to become the Shiba of this bull run. And I really don't like the fact that right now the highest multiple they have are fucking memes. But that's what I think. So there it is. Next one, Ondo, currently floating around the 90-cent marker. I think this thing's going to get close to $10, guys. I know a lot of people are calling a lot higher. It's hard for me to see it going to 100 billion market cap. If something huge gets announced, like Ondo starts tokenizing like the NASDAQ or something, it will. But in all reality, for this bull run, not in the next 3 years, this bull run, I see a 10 to 15x. I think we're going to see it go from the sub dollar up to clearing 10, and it could go a lot further. I would actually be shocked if it goes any less than $8 this year. So here we got Ondo tokenizing the world. Illuvium. I call this my meme play. It's not. It's a set of 3 games that I actually think are a lot of fun. I don't make the time to play enough of them, but it's got a tiny coin supply, like 6 million roughly. So the volatility of this thing was amazing for trading in the middle of last year. It was up to $140 less than a year ago, guys, and it's been trading around 15. I honestly have no idea where the hell this one's going to go. This one could, in terms of the utility / gaming coin, go down to 0. But the fact that no gaming has really hit, and Illuvium was pretty well known as a gaming play, I do think it's going to go up a little higher. I'm going to call it in that 5 to 10x category. I've got sell limits set for $60 and $80 and see where it goes from there. And by the way, guys, if you haven't seen now I think it's in the posted section, maybe it's called community section for you guys. I really got to check your end of it to see. But I put up my prices of what crypto I'm into, the highest I'm willing to pay for, my price predictions for them, and even where I'm selling my crypto for at least the first 2 rounds, because I kind of DCA out the way I DCA in. And I have Illuvium up there. I do own it. I do like it. XLM, Stellar. XRP's little sister, floating around 30 cents. I can get up to $1.50. I think it's going to be barely in this 5 to 10 category. Again, if ISO becomes a large narrative at the end of this bull run, banking coins, which I really think it is, just because ISO regulations and rules and some testing is going to be happening by Q4 or the beginning Q4 this year, I think we're going to have a pretty big ISO pump in October, November. And that's really why I'm putting it up in this category. Supra. Some of you guys brought this one up to me. I appreciate it. I'm not in it yet, but this is one that I'm right now. It's part of my bear market plan is to stake Supra. It's a layer 1 that has almost nothing on it right now. It is incredibly new, like came out this year or the last month last year type of new. The tech is great. I like the team. I understand there's a lot of FUD onto it. I'm actually going to be doing a video soon about the FUD and scam and rug pull concepts and theories and threats, I guess, that have gone at Supra. I'm a fan of it, but it is incredibly new. It's risky. It's floating around 0.007, so 7/10 of a penny. I would aim for about 15 cents on this one, guys. So I'm putting this into the 10 or 15 for hype alone, because first bull run with nothing going for it. Really, there's really no projects on it yet. I'm not butting it. I like the coin, but there needs to be more hype other than this is the next Bitcoin killer, because that's what happened at Caspa last year. And I actually have it on this list, I think. Here we go. And it just took too long to get as high as everyone thought. And I kind of think it fizzled. And Supra might happen to it because they get one big announcement of one big partnership. It doesn't even have to start until like a year from now. They're just saying this is going to happen. It could make it move up to 20 plus. It's a new coin. It already had its major consolidation sell-off in the first couple of months, which happens to all of them. I like it. HFT looks like Hedera. It's not. This is a DEX. I like this one. I made a little bit from trading this one previously. This is the one I'm likely going to get back into when, again, you might have already said this video, but when I take profits early on as things start boosting up, I'm going to move those profits into something else. So if I get 5x on H-bar, or say I get another 5x on H-bar, I'll move those profits into something like hash flow, HFT here. If that gets a 3x, I'm not just 15x my money. Yes, there's tax implications, but it's a great way of compounding. So Hashflow HFT, it's a decentralized exchange that runs pretty close to Avalanche, which is why I like it. I got into this play because I wanted a microcap that was in the Avalanche network. That's it. And I like this one. It's currently around the upper 7 cents. I still think this one is going to hit $2.50. I do think this is in that 20x category. It can join the memes as Avalanche starts moving and just dexes and trading happens more than just on like Pancake Swap and Uniswap. Cash flow is going to go up pretty well. Polyswarm. Polyswarm's approximately at a little over 2 cents right now, $0.023. So it's newer. It got up to 10 cents and then crashed. So what Polyswarm does is it does security. It helps try to help prevent hacking and security breaching of crypto blockchains. It's got a good use. It doesn't have too much competition as far as I'm aware, other than like Forta, but I like Polyswarm. I think it's going to be 3 to 5x. I really don't think it's going to go much higher than that, but it certainly has the potential to fly higher. But again, if I'm betting my money on it and I wanted to save small play, I put it in there and expecting about 3 to 4x, and then I would get out of most of it. Okay, that's me. Now we got the rainbow beam. Back to gaming, guys. This might be one of my most, I don't think I've said this yet, but this is likely one of my most bullish crypto I don't own. And it's not on Coinbase. I don't think it's on Binance, and that's a big reason I haven't jumped into it. I don't think it's on Binance yet. Remember, I was researching it. I liked everything about it. It's a blockchain for Web3 gaming. It helps startups for Web3 gamings. It's partners with Avalanche. It's got a deal actually with Abu Dhabi itself to try to collect funds to make more AI gaming. I like Beam a lot. If it switches to Coinbase or Binance, I'm buying. I'll pull out some money from the couch cushions and put into this one as soon as I hear those rumors. But right now, again, it's just less than a penny. It hit 4 pennies and then dropped. I think this thing can hit 15 to 25 cents just by being as awesome as it is. If it gets onto Coinbase, it goes in the 20x category. But for now, for what it is, I think it's a safe 10 to 15x, but someone would argue saying it's going to go higher. I got nothing against it. All right, clear poll. This is one I researched a little bit a while back. One of you wonderful people, when I asked which crypto should I do, mentioned this one. There's actually mentioned a couple. I haven't been putting them out. You know who they are. So clear pool, I always liked. It's just another DeFi pool. I already have a couple of them that I was interested in and liked, which is the only reason I haven't gotten into it. I do think it's going to do quite well. It's on Ethereum and with Poly. So again, reasons why it hasn't jumped up as much as the hype and everyone thought it would. Makes sense. But it's currently just at 16 cents. I think this is a $2 coin. I really do. I'm going to put this up in the 10 to 15x category, let it join a bunch of the other wonderful ones. So yeah, guys, if you need any more thoughts on me, do I think that you are too late to get in crypto? No, because you can tell just by my opinion here. Look at the 5 to 10x plus groups. We have a lot of utility coins. They're not just a bunch of garbage, right? We got coins, Hedera, Avalanche, Tau, Aerodrome, Ondo, ones that everyone's already talking about. I still think they're going to do really well. So no, I don't think it's too late. TYR, and let's move forward. Cardano. I love Cardano, but this was my lesson last cycle. Real quick, I know some of you guys have already heard this one, but I got burned by Cardano last cycle. It was my first one. I thought I knew what I was doing. Saw it around $2. Everyone was saying it was going to hit 5. Like, I'll just double my money, get out, easy double, not a problem. It never got close to there. I lost everything I put into it. And then I sold. That was my mistake. I should have kept it. If I could do it again, I would have kept it all through the bear market, bought more of it, brought my $2.20 whatever down to like 20 cents, and it would have been way up by now. But live and learn, guys, right? So Cardano currently around 73, 75 cents. Again, I think it's another 5 to 10x coin. If it gets used in some regards for CBDCs, it moves up. But again, we can only go by I'm only going to go by what I know, not what speculation says could happen. Now we're getting the end, guys. Thank you for sticking with me. Trying to blast through these. ASM, Assemble AI. Again, you guys have seen me. You guys know I really like this one. I guess this is probably my most bullish micro cap. much I really like it. I promote and talk about it. It's got an app that every day, it's called NS3. I'm taking hourly quizzes as often as I can, which is usually in the morning and at night, and getting points. Second half of this year, we can convert those points into free ASM. And it's partnered up with Binance. It runs a bunch of data about crypto and throws out articles and journals in a few minutes. And the fact that Binance owns CoinMarketCap.com, which everyone's familiar with, everyone, right? Where do you think CoinMarketCap's getting its information from? It's getting more accurate. Assemble AI is doing a great job. And right now, with it being at 2.5 cents, I really do think this is a 75-cent coin or more. I'm not going to call it $3 to $5 like a lot of people are, but regardless, that puts it up here in that 20x plus category. And I'll be stuffing a lot more into this one with profits, specifically early on, that I'm thinking we're going to get in the next 2 months. Caspa. I gave a little bit of my thoughts on Casper, alluded to it. It's currently at 7.5 cents. Its high already was 20 cents. People were talking about $1, $3, probably about this time last year. I never thought it was going to do that much. It's a great tech. It really is. It's just the fact that it's a DOA, so no one really runs it. It makes it really slow to get onto large exchanges because there's no one running it to push, advertise, or manipulate it. But it's really held Caspa back. A lot of people had a lot of hope for this one, and there's a lot of Caspa maxis that are going to hold on to this into the ground, in my opinion, this bull run, and hopefully they keep it into the bear market because it could do something next time. So again, this is going to anger a lot of people, but you know what? I'm not here to make you guys happy. I'm here to tell you my thoughts, and hopefully it's all learn and grow together. And you shouldn't agree with me with everything. I'm going to be wrong some, but I see this right now 0 to 3. I'm not sure it's going to go much higher than the 20 cents that it already has. I think a lot of people are going to chase other coins, me included. All right, ICP, Internet Protocol. It's currently at 615. What do I think? I think this is a $55 plus coin, guys. So I'm just going to immediately put this in the 5 to 10x category. Again, it's a decentralized computing platform, so a lot of applications can run on it without relying on anything centralized, like Amazon or Google Cloud. Right? There's a lot of wide use cases for this one. There's a lot of large VCs backing it. There's a lot of hype, and this could go a lot further than 10x. But it's now starting to build momentum in terms of profit margins and what it's doing. Again, you want to argue this moves up? I'm not going to fight you on it, but this is where I'm placing it. Goldfinch, 75 cents. This thing I saw over at $4 like last year. Again, this thing it partners up with Aave, however you want to pronounce that, Syndicate, Nexus, Plume, which is RWA Finance. This is a very strong lending protocol, mostly for stable coins, and has a lot of jumping into dApps. And I feel a little moon boyish about this one, but I still think it's going to be an over $10 to $12 coin. And I put this in the 10 to 15x category. Again, I don't own it. I keep an eye on it. CTX. I had a little bit of this a couple of times, barely made profits every time I owned it. And very similar to Finance Protocol. There's so many of them. And I think it's going to suffer from the same issues, or has been suffering the same as Caspa. It's a DOA. No one really owns it or runs it, which gives it a good chance long-term to be really good, but we're not looking at long-term. It's hard for me to say it's going to go past $10, where it's currently around at 2. So I could put this in that 3 to 5 to 5 to 10x category, but based on performance, I want to put it here. I think I got to place it there. And the last one, Toshi, just because I can end on a fucking meme. This is 3 zeros and a 3 under the decimal. You can figure out what that cost is. I've got no idea, guys. How's that for an ending point on this one? If there's another meme season, which I think there will be, Toshi's going to be up here. It's primed and backed pretty heavily and supported by Coinbase. If there is not a meme season, it drops down to here. I'm going to go benefit of the doubt thinking that there's going to be a lot of degenerates, especially when profits come in and people are starting to take profits from utility coins. I think that we're going to have another meme season. I'm placing Toshi there. So guys, thank you for holding in with me for the 30 minutes. I know this is a longer video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Let me know any of your comments, thoughts, arguments, curse words that you have for me, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.